now. Looks like we've got about 16 people here. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. This presentation is about ergonomics and investing in yourself in 2021. So I'm Heather Rumsey, if you guys don't know me. I am a commercial furniture, basically a salesperson, manager here with Indoff, and we're located in Altoona. We provide, there's a few actual branches of Indoff, so I wanted to kind of go through what we have here. There's different branches, there's 6 of them: material handling, so what you would see in a warehouse, commercial interiors, business products, energy solutions like lighting, like LED lights, appliances, and promotional apparel and printing. Indoff stands for Industry Office. We're based out of St. Louis. Right now we have, I think I just wrote down 566 employees. That includes our corporate office in St. Louis, as well as 500 different manufacturers that we can sell. So if you say, I need a chair, I want to know a little bit more about your personal needs, as far as, you know, do you have bad knees? Do you have a bad back? Things like that, before I just say, here, try out this chair. So this is the part that I focus in, is the commercial interiors. And so when you actually think of commercial interiors, you think about your office space at work. But this year we had a new way of working. Everybody's working from home. They're doing their Zoom calls. Some people you've seen on the calls are working from their couches or working from their kitchen table. Sometimes you see a kid or hear a dog in the background. Hopefully you're not working on the floor like this guy. But basically your furniture choice is up to you. And do you want to invest in yourself this year and get something that is the right height, is the right fit for you? So this is kind of a little bit about what is commercial office furniture. It's built for the long-term use in an 8-hour workday. It meets those ANSI BIFMA standards, and basically that's safety standards to make sure that it's not going to fall apart on you or your employee. It's not residential furniture; those aren't built for those long-term work days. And also, it's ergonomic. It's the right height for you. You're not going to, you know, bang your knees on it. It's not going to strain your back, or things like that. I'm not going to go through like definitions and things like that of what are ergonomics, but that's basically what ergonomics are. It's a study of people in their work environment. So you're going to want to make sure that you're, 2 feet or a little less from your computer screen. You keep your arms at a 90-degree angle, your legs at that 90-degree angle as well. You want to put your feet on the floor. A lot of people I've seen have their chair up too high and they let their feet dangle, and that causes stress on your kneecaps. You want to put your back against your chair. You don't want to sit up too high, like on the edge of your chair. I see a lot of women doing that. So you want to go back against your chair, have that lumbar support for your lower back. You want to have that adjustable seat height, because if your chair is too high, then you're able to put it down towards the ground. So here is also another kind of ergonomic assessment. If you do have like a standing height desk, you might want to use one of those anti-fatigue mats on the ground. And then if you have a monitor arm, you want to keep your monitor or like a laptop on a stand to keep the monitor at eye level. Right now I'm in the conference room, so I don't have it, but I do have something that I keep my monitors on to keep those at eye level so that I'm not straining my upper back. You want to keep your, your elbows fairly close to your body and your shoulders relaxed so that you don't have that back pain. I have a few varying table heights here. Now, this is something that I've noticed when I would go out to eat, not so much anymore, but so there's a difference between table height, counter height, and bar height. Bar height usually measures like 42-inch table and then a 30-inch chair. So it's a 12-inch difference there for your legs to go in. I'll kind of mouse here if you can see my mouse in there. And then the counter height is a 24-inch chair and a 36-inch table, and then table height 18-inch seat with the 30-inch table. So you do want that 12 inches of space there. And then usually like the average desk is like 29.5 or 30 inches high. Now you'll probably notice next time if you're ever out in public, you might notice that somebody purchased the wrong size stool or something for the table. I did want to mention here that you can become a specialist in ergonomics. It's called the Back School, and I'm going to leap out of here real quick and go to, can you guys see that? Hoping so.
Yep, we can.
Okay. So this is called the Back School. I'm going to go actually to my first link here. So you can become a certified ergonomist here at this place called the Back School. Actually, Vicky in our group has, I don't know if her employer paid for that, but it is $525 to become a certified ergonomist. And if that would give you those CE credits, the continuing education that some of you are required to have. If you want to go through that, and you can find a certified ergonomist near you on the search function on this page as well. And so why should you provide these ergonomic setups? It reduces overhead costs. And these are like work from home setups that you could provide to your employees or for you, but it reduces the overhead costs of having those employees in your office and using those resources, like using up your toilet paper or using the heat or the lights. It improves the productivity, improves quality of work, employee engagement. It's obviously safer than them, trying to make their own furniture or sitting on the couch. Employees are more satisfied, and then they do avoid those musculoskeletal disorders. So I wanted to kind of go through a few of those too. Some common ones are the carpal tunnel. People get that in their wrists. Muscle strain, mine's definitely in my neck. If my monitors aren't the right height, I know right away. They can get sprains and tears, back pain, and then hernia was surprising. I'm like, if your furniture is giving you a hernia, then you definitely need to start looking into something new. So why employees like the work from home setups? They definitely have less stress and a better work-life balance. They're happier and healthier. They don't have a commute. They feel valued with that employer-funded furniture. Let me see here. One of the best ways to prevent those musculoskeletal disorders is the use of ergonomic furniture. And that's like the chairs, tables, desks, and other furniture that can be easily modified or adjusted to help people feel more comfortable and less prone for those musculoskeletal disorders. It can offer much more, and it will make each workday better for employees. So why employers like it? Employees are willing to work extra hours. They'll just hop on, after dinner or something like that to finish a few things that maybe they didn't get into during the day. Since they don't have that commute, they're to work earlier in the day as well. They're more productive with less interruptions. I know people walk in here, through our front door, or maybe a coworker's loud, but I will work uninterrupted at home. And then you have those savings from absenteeism. I know if people can't work, if they've got COVID, they're not allowed to go into work for that quarantine period, but they could work from home as long as they're staying home and not around other people. And that would be something, if they did have a nice setup at home, they would be willing to work from home. So I want to talk a little bit about the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. There's safety benefits. You won't have those disability claims or liability issues. If you provide them something, those are something that you fund for the employee. And so there would be those limited claims and things from them because you provided their furniture. Wanted to share a little bit about some of my work from home customers personally. We do work with these customers to provide in-home office setups. Some of them are larger accounts than others. Some might have just been a couple work from home setups. They might have a contract with Staples. However, they weren't very happy with what Staples had provided or the customer service. So they wanted to come through me and get that personalized service. And that's what you would get with going with a program that we can provide with specialized ergonomics. So what we would do if you wanted to get on board with a program like this, we would actually make either a tailor-made website for you, or we have a website made already. So I will show you here a little bit about those. Here's one of them that we've created. This one's the shop.sitonit.net. That one's the 53% off everything. It's a really sharp looking website. These are just some basic tables here. There are some height adjustable ones. They have angled legs, straight legs, or height adjustable. You just use that code to get the discount. There are chairs on this site as well. Then they're all home edition ones, so these ship free to your house. They've got pneumatic adjustments, adjustable arms, and adjustable lumbar in the back. And then here's another website that we've made, especially for Wells Fargo. Employees can go on and select, like this would be a guest chair, which if you have guests coming in your home, I'm not sure, but this would be more of like the height adjustable chairs or a stool. If you need a bookcase, things like that, but you can select which products you want, mobile pedestals and things like that. So that's how we created those sites. Okay, so some of my favorite accessories here. Hang on one second, I have a demonstration coming up. Marcia, if you're listening, could you bring in the Sharpie Clorox wipes and the fabric? Thank you. Okay, some of my favorite accessories, I have some monitor arms here, and you'll notice here that you can just set your phone on top and it will charge it. There's also additional cords for other charging as well, and these are from ESI. There's also a laptop stand, and these are nice to keep your laptop at eye level. There is a footrest here and an anti-fatigue mat, and those are for your feet. Can't neglect your feet right now. And we do have monitor arms, and I'm not sure if they go past 6 monitors. I don't know who might use more than 6, like a doctor's office or something might need to use these 6 monitors, but we can do like 4, 6, just 2, things like that. Okay, and here's a few other of my favorite accessories. We've got the S2S sit to stand desk unit. Oh, okay, we've got another desk riser here that's got a keyboard tray and 2 monitors. And then also we've got a keyboard stand that is an articulating keyboard tray that holds a keyboard and a mouse, and it goes side to side, up and down, and also connects underneath a work surface. And you can get those also on the height adjustable desks as well. And here's a few of my favorite chairs, and these might not be right for everybody. But this one here on the left is the Metropolis chair. Doesn't have a lot of lumbar support. However, I don't have a bad lower back. I just do like that it feels like a recliner. I like the headrest on it. This one here is called the Movi Nester from Sit On It. It actually nests up. So if you don't have a lot of space and you need to reuse that space for something else later in the day, this seat folds up and nests away. It's really zippy. I have bad knees, so I like to zip around my office without having to push very hard. And then has a flex back as well, so you just can kind of push on the back. And this is the Ergohuman chair with a headrest. Basically, everything on it adjusts. And here's a few power modules, so you don't have to go underneath your desk to plug something in. I think these are really great. Power, just being able to plug something in right at eye level is wonderful. Here's a few options here. This one here is called Beltline Power, and it's just basically power at your belt line. And this one here is the breast cancer version from ESI. It's called a Flex Charge, and I have one of these at my desk at home. There's, I think, either 4 or 5 plugins here. I'm plugging in my headphones, my cell phone, pretty much everything all at once. And I love that the fact that I don't have to be crawling underneath my desk to do that. And here's a few unique setups that I've done. This one here, it's 2 desks for if you maybe you share an office with somebody. So they have a shared work surface kind of in the middle, but then if they want to push it out later, they can have their own separate and then bring it back together for conferencing. And here is a shared home office I did for a college friend of mine in Arizona. So he and his significant other are sharing a shared home office. And so they wanted something down the center that was longer, and then 2 on the side. And then they did get some file cabinet as well, file cabinets. I did want to show a little video testimonial about a company that I have been doing a lot of home offices for Farm Bureau. And so I want to show you that video here real quick.
My name's Heather Rumsey. I'm with Indoc Commercial Interiors in Altoona, Iowa. I chose a height adjustable desk setup in my own home office from BBF. I've got a stool and a footrest. I think that you need to pair that footrest with the stool in order to sit comfortably if you are sitting at your desk. I wanted to be able to have the same setup that I had at my office at home in case the world shuts down again for us here in Iowa. So I got home and I actually have a photo of all the packages that were outside, like the work surfaces, the legs, the pedestals, the stool, the
Some of that was my online
everything was
shopping
sitting
too.
outside of my apartment, ready for me to assemble, which was also very easy, so that I was able to work from home. The great part about Bush is that they have free design, even if you're not using that particular vendor for everything in the office. They will draw any other pieces rather than having to pay for like AutoCAD, Pisa, things like that. It's very surprising. I had a customer reach out and he just said, I wanted to reach out and say thank you. The home office setup is great and it's high quality and much more comfortable than my previous situation. And more importantly, my wife approves. He also said Heather Rumsey was great to work with every step of the way. My advice is I would always start with BBF because of the free shipping, how easy it is, the free space planning that's available, as well as the free freight.
Second here. There we go. Okay, so here's some of the space planning that BBF can provide. So these are just kind of a little bit of the setup of what Farm Bureau chooses. So they have standardized like a desk and chair. Sometimes we don't include a hutch if maybe the windows are in the way. We try to pay attention to like the registers on the floor and things like that. But we do want to provide an ergonomic setup for those employees, and it does not cost a lot of money to use this product, and it is something that is ergonomic for them as well. These ship for free either to my installer's warehouse, either to Tony or across the US to the network of installers that we have built, or sometimes if it's just a chair, the employee will put it together themselves. We get all these benefits with them as well. And here's some more info on the installation. Here is actually an IFMA case study that BBF had done, is that they needed to do, I think it was 800 offices in 28 states, and they had $1,000 per employee to provide a desk and a chair, and they were able to do that in the time allotted. And so I did a little personal study too. My boyfriend had bought this chair on Wayfair, and I was kind of disappointed in him because I sell office furniture. I'm like, do you even know what I do? But this kind of chair, it doesn't have what's called the double rubs. So it's the back and forth motion on a fabric. So if you've noticed, maybe you've bought some chairs before that don't have that good fabric on them, they might start to peel, things like that. So you're going to want something that has that higher durability. This fabric I have here has 500,000 double rubs, and I'm going to show this here in a little bit. So these chairs that you can find online that are inexpensive are built for residential use. It has one adjustment. It just goes up and down. It doesn't have that lumbar support, and it doesn't have adjustable arms. That's the big thing. So I sat in this. I mean, these chairs might look nice. They're cute, but they are not comfortable to sit in for very long. I had the worst back pain. I sat in this the other day just to try it out instead of the stool that I had at home. It was very painful, and I felt like I needed to go to the chiropractor afterwards. So will this be the year that you invest in yourself for your employees? So I want to show another video on how to adjust your chair. So if you do decide that you want to invest in your employees or in yourself, how will you know how to adjust it if maybe you're in Los Angeles? Like I had a friend who just purchased this chair and she wanted to know how to work it once it was put together. So we have a little video here. And this is maybe
find one lever and one knob on the right.
Maybe you don't know how to put your chair together right now, so this is how.
Inspired by nature, our tour set features intuitive control through enhanced synchro with comfort drive for sturdy support. Discover a sleek, modern seating solution that's customizable down to the last detail. Adjusting your tour set is easy. Let's review where the controls are located. Below your seat, you'll find one lever and one knob on the right and two paddles on the left. On the back, you'll see the lumbar support. Underneath each arm, you'll also find two buttons, and further below the seat, two levers. When adjusting your seat height, always make sure that your thighs are parallel to the ground and that your feet are completely flat on the floor to ensure proper ergonomic posture. To raise the seat, lift the left rear paddle as you lift your weight slightly off the chair. To lower the seat, remain seated and lift the paddle, and release it when you reach the desired height. When checking the seat depth, always make sure to leave about 2 to 3 inches of space between the edge of the seat and the back of your legs to promote good circulation. This ensures proper ergonomic posture. To adjust the seat depth, locate the left paddle closest to the front of the seat. Lift the paddle up and lean back from your hips to shorten the seat depth. Lift the paddle and lean forward in the same manner to lengthen the seat depth. The seat slides easily and will lock into the nearest available position. Having the correct back support is crucial for long-range, all-day comfort. Finding just the right level of tilt tension allows the chair to support your body's natural movements and promotes good circulation by helping redistribute pressure points throughout the workday. The ideal amount of tension depends on your weight and height. Generally, the back of your chair should feel firm enough that you don't have the sensation of falling backwards, but you should also be able to lean back relatively easily when you want to. To adjust the tilt tension, locate the knob on the right side of the seat. Turn counterclockwise to decrease the tension level. And turn clockwise to increase the tension level. Time for a meeting? Pull the lever located on the right side of the seat forwards to lock your chair into an upright position. Your seat can be locked whether the chair is reclined or in an upright position. To unlock, pull the lever backwards. The lumbar support helps promote correct posture by supporting your lumbar curve, aka your lower back. Grasp the tabs on both sides of the back and move them up or down together to achieve optimal support. To ensure an ideal arm position, make sure your forearms are parallel to the floor when your shoulders are relaxed. To adjust the height of your armrests, press and hold the buttons located underneath the armrest while raising or lowering them. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed before adjusting. Your arm should be at a 90-degree angle at all times. To adjust the width of your armrests, first locate the levers underneath each arm. Press down on the levers to unlock the width mechanism. Pull back up on the levers to lock the arm width into place. Now, find your perfect adjustment and settle in. If you have any more questions about how to adjust your torso or any of our other
Okay, and then I've got a little demonstration here. So if there were any of these colors on here, I'm thinking that you would think it would be the hardest to get Sharpie out of the white. So I'm going to draw on this real quick. And so I wrote thank you on it. And then because of the virus that's going around, I have some of these disinfectant wipes. And on the back, I believe this one does say human coronavirus. So I'm going to let it dry for a little bit longer. But this is a video as well about, it's a little 30-second video on Silatex. And that is the material that this is made out of.
What makes Silatex the most innovative textile? Nothing else is this soft and this easy to clean. Nothing else has this grade of silicone and can touch our price. No fabric laughs at ink, permanent marker, lipstick, and denim stains. Yep, Silatex laughs and then gets right back to work. Durable, soft to the touch, and easy to clean. Silatex, exclusively by Sit On It Seating.
Okay, so I am going to show you guys. Can you guys see me or just my screen?
We can see you.
Yes, yes, we can see you, Heather.
Okay, so I have a little boy here, like with a Sharpie. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe some people might think they don't want to spend money on buying nice fabric. Maybe I will zoom down if you can see this coming off, but it comes off fairly easily with just using a Lysol wipe or a Clorox wipe.
Use the same method for toddlers, Heather?
Yes, I don't have any kids, but if I did, I would probably buy this fabric because it's, I actually had to try it beforehand. My rep was like, are you really going to do what they did on the commercial? And I was like, I'm going to do this because I really feel like that is, if you guys can see, it's clean now. And I sold this to my friend who makes cookies and she's working with food dye all the time. And she's like, I want a white chair. And I'm like, I don't think we should sell you a white chair. And then I found this fabric. This is the one I tested it on. But I've drawn on all these. So I kind of swear by this product now. And that's like pretty much the only one that I want to sell. And you can sit in it 500,000 times without the fabric doing that pilling. So I really am a fan of that one. And so wanted to show you this website. It's called Chair Builder. So Chair Builder is a website where you can kind of custom make anything for yourself, your business, or your home. You can kind of design. So say we've already gone to that work from home. Hold on one second. Say you want to do like the accessories, you can kind of see all of the things available on here as far as accessories. I kind of want everybody to go, if you can, to the chair builder site and to build your own chair. So it's chairbuilder.sitonit.net. And we can kind of go through the functions of this website. So it'll just say, welcome to Chair Builder, and click on seating. And you can click on whichever one you think you might like. I'm going to click on one of these. Maybe I'll click on the Vectra because I have one of these here at my office as a sample. And any of the pricing that you see on here, we would get you a large discount, 50% off of these. I'd even go higher than that just because we're doing a presentation and you're sitting through my presentation. But you can change the mesh colors on here. You can change the accent colors. You can change the seat colors. And then so you would just click apply, but it shows you everything that you can do. And then over here, it shows you the types of arms. And so if you want height adjustable, if you have a question about that, you would click and it says the arm supports and adjusts vertically to support a variety of users. But if you want a multi-adjustable arm, it would show that, I mean, I think it goes 8 ways or 4 ways or something, different ways to adjust the arms. And then it shows you like seat depth adjustment if you want to have that. The base color, you can do like a shiny aluminum base. If you have a hard floor or soft floor, like if you have carpet or hard floor, you would want to get softer casters if you have a hard floor. And then you can get it assembled if you don't feel like doing that. But like the fancier the chair gets, the more expensive it would be, but then you just take that discount off the price. If that's something that you do like, you send me that link. I'd be more than happy to help you out with those or explain any of these features to you. So go back to PowerPoint real quick. And then so we do have used furniture available as well. It's obviously not as tailored, but sometimes you can get lucky that way. We have a Facebook page for the used business solutions for end-off commercial interiors. We also have a LinkedIn page. I'm always putting new products and things like that on those sites. And then I think that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, oh, Suzanne has a question.
Hi, Heather. Thank you. Questions about your setups, your store setups for the customers that you mentioned. Were they set up prior to COVID for their sort of remote locations, or is this something that was specially done for COVID?
They were done before COVID. What we put a hold on was the installation with directly through the vendor, but we have had some installers, if the customer feels comfortable and the installers feel comfortable and they're following the proper procedures, will still go into the homes. Like,
so do those companies, do they provide, are they extending the discount to their work from home team members, or are they covering the entire cost? And if so, what are those averages?
well, we will put the pricing on there and we price compare it with Amazon, and we'll make sure that the product that we're listing, they can't find cheaper anywhere else online. So you could say, oh, we're giving you this discount, you know, through the company, but it can really be my discount reflected through you.
And so are they paying for it out of their own pocket, or is this something that the employers are providing? And I'm curious how much, you know, so this is something we're sort of looking at, and it's like, we're sort of trying to decide who and what gets covered, and looking for some options and some benchmarking for what other companies are doing.
Yeah. Well, we do, I think Jody would be a good person to talk with you about this. She does provide a certain, hi Natasha, she does provide a certain allowance. And I think she's picked out, you know, she wants an L desk, a hutch available, and some certain accessories that are available. Um, but I don't usually go beyond that. Some people are like, okay, well, I'm 6'6", I want a stand-up desk. And then I'm like, okay, I can do that. But I usually just send it to Jody for approval at the end, and she says yes or no. It's never more than like $3,000, and that's with the installation included. Um, I'm thinking more like the $2,000 range tops. Um, but she will standardize them, and like usually I tell them, you know, she likes mahogany, but if it doesn't really go with your furniture, here are a few other color options. Um, you know, and then we'll have them send me dimensions of their room. We'll send them back a space plan. You know, do you need any additional like file cabinet or bookcase, something like that?
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Any other questions?
Hey, Heather.
Yes.
Hey, you can totally tell me to stop. I may be able to lend Suzanne some insight into that for like the state of Iowa. If you're interested as far as like what companies are offering as like stipends to companies, such as like Wells Fargo or John Deere and stuff, and what they would offer for work from home. But if that's something that you want me to not talk about too, that's totally fine. I just have some additional like insight on that if that's something that's of interest.
Yeah, that would be great, because I know like some people are doing like $1,000. Like we can tailor our website to take company credit cards. Like we have two different ones. Like so I showed them the one that we've created with Sit on It, and then I showed them the one that we've done for like Wells Fargo, and then I have another way that we've done with Farm Bureau where we just get an email from our lady at Farm Bureau, who's Jody. She's a member of IFMA, and she just says, please work with, you know, Jeff on getting him a home office set up. And so we'll work with Jeff, and then at the end I just tell Jody it's done, or I'll send her the quote. She says it's good, then I just tell her it's done at the end after it's installed. So yeah, I don't know if it's changed at all. Like I know that I had sent a little, or did this little case study, but this was a while ago, that like it was $1,000 that they allocated per team member that they would provide for about 800 people to get them furniture in like 28 states. But with your program, I mean, it's free shipping and you keep the prices updated and they're very reasonable. I think that would be pretty good. It could be definitely under $1,000 a person. Oh, okay. And then I did, oh, hang on one second, Rod. I did want to mention too that with the work from home website, that can be put on the intranet of your company's website. And so we have Wells Fargo's is on their employee intranet, like much like if you were to go and see like Staples is where you buy your furniture, which isn't very personalized, but Indoff is listed on Wells Fargo's intranet. So they go in and they see that website and they see all of the pricing and our selections that have been approved through Wells Fargo for them to purchase. And they pay for it themselves. And the employees do pay for it themselves with their personal credit card. They're not allowed to use their company credit card. Or bring the furniture. Here, Marcia. Marcia just came in for this part.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
The other thing that Wells Fargo does is I have a thing on their website that this furniture is for home use only and not to be brought into a Wells Fargo facility. So the site that we have on Wells Fargo's intranet is a selection of items, fairly simple for somebody's office. It ships directly to them for free. But it does say on there that this is for home use only and it's not for their facilities, because we don't want people bringing in home residential looking furniture to a commercial building, you know, in their office.
Okay. And Rod, you had a question?
Well, this is just for my own, to satisfy my own curiosity. I've been retired for a little bit, but I did a lot of this when I was active. And one of my biggest problems was selling to middle managers the necessity of having proper furniture for people working at home. You know, they couldn't see, since they were, you know, working in the office at their nice desk and nice chair, they couldn't see why Bob or Nancy couldn't just sit at a card table and a folding chair all day working at their house. And so how have you approached that? Do you go through HR, or how do you sort of sell the necessity of properly outfitting your own employees when they're working from home?
That's a tough one. Yeah, mostly it's about who we know. I try to market myself hard. I go to networking groups, try to meet the right person. You know, IFMA, BNI. I talk to a lot of my friends who work for larger corporations, and I'm like, who do you know that I can talk to about this? And I've hit up Nationwide a few times, I believe. I know my boyfriend works there. I've done several home office setups for people that work for Nationwide, but there's a lady, her name's Brittany Hoffman, I think's her name, not to name drop, but she won't give me the time of day just because they have the contract through Staples and they just want the employees to buy their own stuff through Staples. But I really think that this personalized approach and figuring out what the employee needs, you know, somebody who is 6'6" is not going to be able to sit in a desk chair from Staples or something like that. I just had Mercy reach out to me the other day. They had a guy who was 6'6", and God bless Natasha, she has chairs that have an extended cylinder in the bottom so that this guy, you know, is able to have that gap, that 2-inch gap for his legs and still, you know, be able to touch his feet to the ground and not have his legs overextended.
Well, I have no idea what being 6'6" is like, but and I know you really don't either, so I know you well enough. But what I think, you know, I think about things like a story that a friend of mine told me about. They selected, and this was actually in an office, but this can certainly happen at home as well, that they selected new chairs for new seating for their employees, and they bought, you know, 50, 60, 80 chairs and brought them all in. And my friend called him like a week later and asked him how things were going. And the guy says, I want you to come and get all these chairs. They're horrible. And so the salesperson, you know, he said, I thought to myself, these are our best chairs. What's the problem? So he went and to the site and discovered that no one had ever raised the chairs. They were transported with the seat in the lowest position, so it'd take up the least amount of room. And all these people were trying to use the chairs without adjusting them, and it was out of pure ignorance. They had no idea the chairs adjusted. And you know, and that's one of the problems I see with, you know, okay, go to Staples and just buy some stuff. You know, your head of accounting is not an ergonomics expert, not a furniture expert, and they can do more harm than good. It's like you got to get through to HR, whomever that and I don't know how you do this. I don't have the answer. Actually, what I should do, since I'm talking to you, is but anyway, it's difficult, you know, for folks like my son-in-law, who's one of their accounting managers for the company he works for, and they're basically not helping him at all. And so I've been able to kind of, you know, coach him along, but there've got to be hundreds of people out there trying to work from home that someday will wonder why they have why their elbows hurt or their shoulders hurt or they have chronic pain in their neck or whatever. And it's just from improper furniture. And I don't know how you get the word out about that, I guess.
Yeah, just by presenting to Facility managers. Well, thank you, Rod. Yeah. What do you have to say? Marcia's got
Oh,
more. She just
You know me, I
joined
can
in.
talk forever. So I sold, I don't remember how, it was several years ago, I don't know, 100 or so chairs to the Baker Group. And the supplier had a YouTube video of how to adjust the chair. So I stayed in the conference room for several hours and I told the facility guys, I will be in the conference room. If anybody wants to come in, I'll show them how to adjust the chairs. But I also sent a YouTube video so that they could send it out to all of their employees on how to adjust their chair properly.
Yeah, I kind of
that's-
showed that video, like the
okay.
torso video,
Yeah.
but those are videos that we could send out if you were to standardize on one chair that you picked. That would fit a general height group, I guess, or size group, because we do have like the big and tall or something like that where we would have to do a specialized chair. But we could send out a mass video. Like there's companies like Natasha's that do really nice YouTube videos. They've got people from Pixar and Nike working for Sit On It right now. So they are pretty with it as far as marketing. Any other questions?
I have one more thing.
Okay, Marcia's got something else.
So have you guys and anybody that has an HR, there's a group called
SHRM, Society for Human Resource Management.
That's it. And I know that the BBF rep actually has gone to those during their trade shows and shown this work at home program. So, and then I did a presentation, was it last winter, to the local, how many people were there? I don't know, 50 or 100. And did
The Disrupt
Yeah,
HR.
it's called Disrupt HR. I did a presentation how people are shifting to working at home more. And then, here this year, this COVID thing, or last year, this COVID thing came out. So I feel pretty good that we were ahead of the game and already had solutions. So that's helped quite a bit. But we have done a fair share of using the Wells Fargo intranet site and also through Farm Bureau. Okay, bye.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today. If you don't have any other questions, we will see you at our next event or our next committee meeting.
Thank you, Heather.
Thanks, Heather.
Thanks, Heather. Have a great day.
You too.